Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports.
Not much leg here. Fields this at the 24-yard line. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Well, this defense for the Eagles, they played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope he'll recover.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And a loose football. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. In our meetings this week, they kind of tipped us off. They wanted to play ultra-aggressive, forcing fumbles. They just did that right there.
They took it to the next level, didn't they? You're exactly right, because everyone talks about being aggressive on defense and tackling well. But they were talking about getting after the football, making sure the ball was stripped out each and every time they lined up someone to get them on the ground.
And the adjustment working early. Following the fumble recovery, Griffith. He'll get this. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble.
And it's Washington that scoops it up.
And I guess we're back to square one. A rocky start here. A turnover followed by a turnover.
Not exactly what we expected going into the game, but I always wonder about the nerves and people starting, the emotions of the game. Sometimes it takes a little while for that to play out, for them to settle in. Let's hope that that's taken care of now.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards. He'll look to throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. They'll run with Sanders up the middle. And he gets it down to the 32.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. On the counter now, it's Sanders. And some room to roam now. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Miles Sanders, his first touchdown on the year.
And the Commanders take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown.
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it, and let's go with it.
I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions, and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
They go play action here on first down. And this is caught by Watkins.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
And they'll send the tight end in motion left. That one a first down pickup of 8.
2nd and 1 if people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Now a play fake here on first down. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Quez Watkins hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season.
And the Eagles are an extra point away from evening this one up.
Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
Not much leg here. Fields this at the 24-yard line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, the football changing hands here as this offense takes the field. Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. He'll look to throw. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line.
Well, my friend, this has certainly been a comedy of errors here in the first quarter. Neither side able to really hang on to the ball.
Yeah, now I'm just curious to see which team can adjust because both have made their mistakes, as you said.
Yeah, and whoever can do that can seize firm control of this game, something they haven't done with the ball so far.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
In motion left goes Smith. Off play action. Griffin. He finds his man complete. It's Watkins.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
The Eagles had a perfect 4-0 to start the campaign. They've been playing their best football of the year, winners of 4 in a row.
And let's remember that last week that this offense, they played about as well as they possibly could play. Touchdown after touchdown. They were absolutely unstoppable in that game. They'll be hard-pressed to do it again, repeat that type of performance. But, boy, were they sensational just a week ago.
And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. A.J. Brown. He has career touchdown number 78, tying in with both Eddie George and Frank Gifford on the all-time list. And the Eagles have taken the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away.
Not much leg here. Fields this at the 24-yard line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units, and they kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
2nd and 9 now. Winds up and lets it go for Samuel.
And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
And he finds McLaurin.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. This is intercepted. And now off to the races down the right side. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. Now the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. Shot on offense following that pick-6, and now the kick is away.
Taking it about the 1. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They were starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain.
Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes.
That sack courtesy of the effort of Hassan Reddick.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. They'll drop to throw. That's caught inside the 20.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
There's the arm strength that we saw in college and during the scouting process. And really, it's not just the arm strength there, but the placement as well. To me, that was an excellent combination of arm talent and accuracy.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr.
There he goes, right side. Past the 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD.
That bumps us up to a 3-possession game here, and only in the second quarter, Charles. They're trying to put this game out of reach before we even hit the locker rooms for intermission.
What's even tougher is making up 3 possessions against a defense that can make impact plays like this. They don't have this game wrapped up quite yet, but 2 picks already, 1 to the house. I think it's fair to say they're headed in the right direction.
And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted.
Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Off the play fake.
Griffith.
This is Smith with a grab. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10.
Now 1st and 10 at the 11.
Off play action.
Griffith.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
The way he's been slinging it in the first half, you expect everything he throws to go for a touchdown, but I guess he's going to have to wait to try and pick up that 3rd, isn't he?
Yeah, I thought he had him for a second, but you're right, not to be. And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. Throwing again.
Griffith. Now, quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
That's a really nice job there by the coverage, understanding that they're in a high-stakes situation. If he doesn't make a play on that ball, there's an excellent chance it ends up either as a touchdown or as a nice gain downfield.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown.
And the Eagles are able to add on to their first half lead.
Extra point right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Now this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, we were having a tough patch. This too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. A handoff as they run the counter play. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now, you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now, with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
It'll be a net of 39, 41-yard punt, 2 on the return.
And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
And with a huge lead already, they may be thinking, hey, our job's complete for these first 2 quarters. Let's get this to the locker room.
And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Smith, the man in motion left. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. Airing it out deep for Smith. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. The Eagles send out their punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And now a high kick trying to pin him back. That's taken it around the 40. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. 1 second, all that remains.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half.
So we've come to halftime here in Philly with the Eagles on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the 3rd quarter gets underway.
Taken in at the 3. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they get the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
Smith will come in motion right. Off the play fake. Griffith. And this is caught. It's Brown. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. On first down, Griffith. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And incomplete on the deep ball.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
Again, he'll drop to throw. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. The CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
They get 9 yards there, and they get a first down.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
It's a second down run with Sanders.
It's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. 102 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Up the middle they go with Sanders. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Throw to the right here, taken in by McLaurin.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
Touchdown, Washington.
A 20-yard touchdown.
And the Commanders get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit.
The extra point splits the uprights, and that'll cut the lead back down to 21. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
And this crowd has certainly liked what they've seen. Their guys fully expected to win this one coming in, and they have not disappointed as they've got the big lead here in the fourth.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
from the gun. They'll try to run it. And the defense closes quickly there. He'll get maybe a yard to the 33.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
8 yards, first down as they're able to convert.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on third down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, third down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. And he goes out of bounds and looks like right at the 50. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. Off play action. Griffith
swings this out for Hunt. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 37. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Griffith. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Point after here coming up. And that'll increase their lead to 28. The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away. Not much leg here. Fields this at the 24-yard line. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. Tackle there by big Jordan Davis.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And now here's another interception. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the Eagles are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Levi Wallace with a pick. And the Commanders are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line.
Now they get a fourth quarter pick, a little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That was a bad play on one.
And my goodness, another interception. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick.
And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Flush to his right. And a throw right sideline is complete.
And he'll be brought down at the 27.
And the tight end goes in motion left. Throwing on first down. Griffith steps away to his left. That's going to be caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. 25 yards that time.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the fourth quarter.
Off play action. Griffith. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken just shy of the 10. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out?
He's got a man, complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
But as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance.